Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God Man and JJK261 went crazy. So make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to hit 2K, 2K them things, man. So leave a like, comment, subscribe. Now we're talking about Yuta here, man. Yuta. That's my favorite character in the whole manga, anime, whatever you want. Yuta is my goat, and I've been trying to tell y'all that Yuta is him. It's him, and he's himmer. Now, at the end of the last chapter, we had Gojo's return, and those eyes were indistinguishable. They were clearly Gojo's eyes, and obviously Sukuna was scared. He was petrified until he realized, wait a minute, that's not Gojo. And he almost sighed, but my guy was like, thank you, Lord. Ooh, if I had to fight the rim up, I'd be cooked right now. But he just showcases again, Yuta is so pivotal to this story. Yuta has to be irrelevant because Yuta's whole mojo is the antithesis of Sukuna. Yuta is all about love. He's actually the antithesis of all of Jujutsu in general because he's all about love and he's all about. He thinks fighting is unnecessary. He really thinks like he only does stuff if he really has to do it. He's willing to take it there, but it's never his first option. It's never like he's not just like, okay, let me just go fight for just to fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, simultaneously, he does have a tweaked out mind because remember, he was ready to massacre Maki's whole Zenin clan a long time ago. He was ready. He was like, I can get rid of them for you, Maki, if you want. Just like that. So he has that in him. He's like a looser Gojo in a way, right? Because the fact that he even came up with the plan, like, listen, I could take your body type shit. You know what I'm saying? This is before he even killed Kenjaku. He was like, worst case scenario, because we know that guy can take bodies because he obviously he had Geto's body. So we're like, that's definitely one of his abilities. If I kill him, I can take his ability. And he took his ability. And he took Gojo's body. And his own body is about to die. Right? And he didn't have time. And, he like, if you look at it, Gojo had to get stitched up. And then when he transferred his body over, Yuta did, then, his mind over, sorry, when he transferred his mind over, his brain over, whatever, over and using Kenjaku's ability, he had to use OCD at full capacity in order to revive Gojo's body. Simultaneously here, we have a similar quote-unquote issue, right? Where now that if he only has 5 minutes to use this body, and if this body collapses and the ability is gone, would he just stay in that body and just be that person? Because we know that Kenjaku's ability was almost passive. Once he transfers over, he just stays over. So was it only the ability activation could last for 5 minutes, so he could activate it for 5 minutes as many times as he wants in 5 minutes, but after that he can't and he has to do it again? Or is it that he dies? Because this is the question that they're asking. They didn't know. They had no clue. So the guys, I'm assuming, Shoso and them are probably stationing up Yuta's body right now in case Gojo's body is rejected after the 5 minutes, or rejects Yuta after the 5 minutes and forces him back into his own body, so that his body then he's able to OCT his own body. If not, there's another problem here, because obviously if that doesn't happen, then he might just be cooked. You know what I'm saying? And he might actually end up being stuck in Gojo's body, which would be a bit weird. I don't see him being stuck in Gojo's body. But it is Gege here. Gege is a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, how the hell are you blaming this on Yuta? Are you all dumb? You can't blame this on Yuta, man. Yuta is willing to do whatever it takes to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, short of killing Sukuna, he's willing to do everything to win. You know what I'm saying? He wants to save Megumi at any cost, but he wants to end Sukuna at any cost. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't, and his statement in this chapter was sensational. He was like, how do you think Gojo felt? Like, we always put everything on him and try to make him a monster to protect ourselves. If nobody's willing to be a monster after Gojo's gone, then I will. And he just did it. And Sukuna's realization is just like, oh my god, it's not Gojo. But yeah, man, I'm so proud of Yuta, man. You know what I'm saying? I knew that he's my favorite for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Listen, after the switching of bodies is completed, it's also possible that Kutsukuna's curse technique is discarded and they live in Gojo-kun's body from now on. That's a possibility. But I don't see that happening. I don't think that would be a good call. I'm not gonna lie. I think this happening to Gojo. I think Gojo he didn't even complain. He was annoyed that Choso didn't fight for him. Not Choso, Choco didn't fight for him, but it is whatever. I think I really Choso. Man, I can't think of names no more. But yeah. Who else would be monster if no one? Yeah, this is the line I was talking about, right? Yuta, what about Gojo Sensei? He's not important. Is he not important? Haven't we been pushing all this burden of becoming a monster onto Gojo Sensei alone? If Gojo Sensei is gone, then who else will be the monster? If no one intends to become one, then I will. Shout out my goat, man. You know what I'm saying? Sukuna even apologizes to Yuta because he was like, I did not think you had it in you. Remember as well, what's his name? The guy Yuta smacked up in Sendai Colony. He was like, Yuta is too soft to be a top tier Jujutsu sorcerer. And it's just fake news because Yuta is willing to go above and beyond, even above and beyond everybody else. He's willing to be a monster. He's willing to be Sukuna in order to defeat Sukuna. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a whole different breed, a whole different kind of worms. Like a calamity. You know what I'm saying? Sorcerers, cursed spirits, and strong fighters all get driven over by the edge by the same thing, overwhelming aggression that blinds them to everything else like a calamity. And Yuta, he's not reaching his limit. He's not reaching his limit at all. He's willing to be a calamity, bro. And the fact that he can do this, bro, like, it's so sensational, bro. And he's opening Gojo's domain expansion. He's opening Gojo's domain expansion, bro. Unlimited Void, and he opens it and he's clashing with Sukuna. Now, we know that Sukuna's curse energy refinement is higher than Yuta's, right? But Yuta is using Gojo's body here. So, obviously, Gojo's ability is higher. If this was Gojo himself in his body, he would destroy Sukuna in this domain expansion, no problem, because his refinement would be higher because of the curse energy difference and output and stuff like that. But obviously this is Yuta doing it, so it's actually a pretty equal battle because they have similar curse energy reserves, and I don't think he can use the six eyes to the extent that Gojo can yet. But I'm really, really intrigued by this chapter. Like, it's just such a great, and it's not something I didn't quite predict. I thought it'd be Kenjaku doing it though. I thought if it was Yuta, then Yuta would have had to take his eyes or something. I never thought about Yuta body swapping. I don't know how. It should have been the obvious answer and the clearer answer. But I suppose I just don't trust Gege sometimes, so it's hard to really tell with Gege. But yeah, man, I really, really enjoyed the chapter. I'm so happy for Yuta. I feel for him simultaneously. I feel for everybody involved, to be honest. I feel for Yuji, you know what I'm saying? And we don't really even get to see Yuji's reaction in this chapter. Excuse me. He's just kind of in there. And the fact that Yuta is opening the domain expansion while Yuji is there, I'm assuming Todo is going to do Boogie Woogie and get them the fuck out of there. Immediately, he already did Boogie Woogie and got them out of there. But yeah, he Yuta saved him. He saved the day by being here. He only has 5 minutes to use his body, but he saved everybody by pulling up because Sukuna was about to open his domain expansion, and if Todo or anybody got caught in it, because it's almost insta kill, they were probably cooked. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm just so excited to see what happens next. Now, next week is a break, unfortunately, so we're gonna wait for the week after. And listen, all I can tell you is that I'm sure there will be one from now on. Has Yuta ever fallen in love with a girl other than Rika? I'm sure there will be one from now on. This is what Gege said. But I think Yuta and Maki clearly are a thing. Like, Maki was concerned about Yuta rather than Gojo's body. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really care that Yuta wanted to take Gojo's body. It's a necessary plan, but he was like, what will happen to you though? Like, I don't want to lose Yuta. You know what I'm saying? I'm concerned about you. So hopefully Yuta survives, because I think he deserves a bit of closure, because all he's been is just losing everything he cares about from the jump. But anyway, it's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. What you guys think of this chapter? I loved it. I think a 9 out of 10. I really liked what happened here. I like that, he got Rika to eat Kenjaku. Just people were like, Kenjaku might be alive. All of that. He made sure to eat that boy and take his curse technique as well, because, I knew there was no way Yuta was just going to leave that boy there after stabbing him in the head, knowing that this guy can transfer minds, bodies, whatever. Now, this man probably did a binding vow, though. Kenjaku probably did a binding vow and put himself into the Tengen body that he sent to Sukuna. I think he's in there somewhere. I reckon he's inside Sukuna now that Sukuna ate him. I think Sukuna will have to activate the merger, probably, and I think him and Kenjaku will be like a mixed up personality thing, and Kenjaku might even actually win that over because of maybe the bonding vow that he has with Sukuna. But we'll see. I'm excited to see what happens next. Man, listen, JJK just never fails me, man. It's always dope as hell, and I'm glad to be a fan. Yeah. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I am out.